Hey, what's up, people? You've reached the Titus podcast, brought to you today by Harry's, HARRYS.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus to get $5 off your first order, and free shipping for Father's Day ends Friday, June 3rd, so get on it, bitches. Harrys.com/Titus, $5 off. Get your dad something he actually wants for Father's Day. And now, here with the Armageddon update, Christopher Titus.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. And we are getting closer to Armageddon today, exactly one gorilla closer. See, the Earth is an ecosystem that depends on all of its sub-ecosystems to work together, because if they fail, then the whole system takes a shit and we end up eating each other to survive in the wastelands. The other day, at the Cincinnati Zoo, a gorilla was shot and killed, and no, not by an overactive police officer because the gorilla went for its identification erratically. One of the reasons I don't go to the zoo, first of all, is because of the diseased creatures there, and I'm talking about the children. I love the animals, though, sitting in their enclosures that are exactly like the wild forests and jungles where they were born. I mean, except for the locks, the wire mesh, zookeepers, guns, and the little punks with boogers on their lips staring at them and screaming, "Suck it, monkey!" This last week, a 3-year-old kid, he was with his mother and some other kids, at the Cincinnati Zoo, climbed into the gorilla cage with a 17-year-old silverback gorilla. And, you know, teenagers hate little kids. That was the 3-year-old's first mistake. The monkey didn't hug him. As a matter of fact, he grabbed the kid and drug him around like a pull toy for 10 minutes. Now, I've seen the video, and the gorilla looks like he's protecting the boy from the dumbass yahoos yelling from outside the enclosure. Imagine being a gorilla in captivity, having obese, fat-ass flip-flop wearing Americans staring at you day after day, then one of the low foreheads lets a child drop into your slave quarters. Now, I've read about silverbacks, and they're gentle mostly. They protect the other gorillas. Now, this gorilla, seeing a helpless child drop into the pen, had to realize that the dumbass humans who let it escape had to be retarded, so the gorilla was trying to protect the kid from the Walmart greeters beyond the fence. So the zookeepers came out and shot the parents of the child. And it was raised by gorillas, and it grew up happy and healthy and did what it was told. Psych. See, actually what happened was the gorilla was shot and killed by the zookeepers, and the kid was saved. Now, the kid had told his mom minutes before that he was going to climb into the cage with the gorilla, and Mom said no. So 3 minutes later, the kid was in the pen with a monkey that has the strength of 10 men. Good job, Mom. A fucking 3-year-old? I understand it was a judgment call, Mom. You know, 3-year-olds are known for their independence, maturity, and ability to do what they're told. So because of the parents' stupidity, we lost an incredibly endangered species. There are so few silverbacks on the earth that we can't lose anymore. And 3-year-olds, like silverback gorillas, are just dumb, innocent animals, and neither deserve to be killed. But if you took a kid to the zoo, and you not only let that kid climb into a gorilla cage, but because of your stupidity an endangered species is shot and killed, then we have to take a minute and think. See, if we could kill a rare endangered species because a child was in danger, then what should we do to the adult humans who put the same child in danger in the first place? Yeah. Rest in peace, Harambe. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Oh, take 2 of the Titus podcast. Yes, all hell has broken loose. We started, and then we erased it and started over again. You know why? Because we're real here. With me, as always, to the right, is the beautiful and lovely, amazing Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
And to the left is the not-so-beautiful and still amazing at times, Fetus.
Hey!
He's
got a baby face.
He does. He clean shaven. I like it better, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Like, you could march in a gay pride parade right now.
First, you could sit at the helm of the gay pride parade.
We need to get you some fuchsia spandex shiny pants, short pant, and then he's
please,
the lead.
God, no.
I'm just saying, if we're going to get him, listen, at the Titus podcast, if we put you in a gay pride parade, you are going to show your pride.
Speaking of which, that I know what we're doing at the next gay pride parade in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Fuchsia pants, spandex, and fetus.
The 3 of us have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us doing it would be that far from the realm of possibility or normality.
Right.
I think him doing it is going to be.
Yeah, it would freak him out.
Do it.
It would freak him out. Of course
the
he would.
kicker.
Good. He has no fear. I made a Batman costume out of cardboard boxes.
I love that we just keep bringing that up.
It's his darkness.
As if the moment itself was not humiliating enough. Now, 10 years later.
Yeah, but the problem is, that's why I do comedy the way I do comedy. The more you bring those things up, eventually they become absurd and they stop being painful.
That's
See if I can find
comedy?
a picture when I'm home later this year.
Oh, we'll post it. It's going on the Titus
See
podcast.
if I can find one.
Have pictures?
I don't. think my mom might have taken a picture.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's perfect. Your mom
that's
took a
what I
picture.
pictured.
Yes.
Was right as you were leaving for the costume party that was not a costume party. That your mom was like, "Oh my gosh, you look
He is
so
so
handsome."
cute. You look so good in that.
I'll see what I can find. We'll see.
Did you go to your junior or senior proms?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With a date?
Yep.
Homecoming dance? Or just those were the two?
Yeah, it was really just prom was the main thing.
You had
Homecoming
dates.
wasn't.
There was 4 people in
So
his
what
town.
are you complaining about?
Well, my junior year, my date was the girl who broke me, or quote unquote broke. As much as you
got
can
it.
get broken in high school,
She will never.
she went to prom with me as a joke, and I didn't know it was the butt of the joke or whatever until much later on when I was clued in by a friend. But
Who did you go with senior year? Tell me not the same girl.
No, completely different. A really good friend of mine who I was in our class with, and no one had asked her, and we were really good friends, and I just wanted to go without any kind of like weird pressures or anything.
That's the kind,
and we had a great time. It was awesome.
But that story is one that ruins your life. Like that one ruins like that story. You become a guy that goes, I'm gonna like Harry Potter now and screw it, and I don't give a crap, and or you become a serial killer.
Actually,
you become the Green River Killer.
Yeah. You're right. That was what I was thinking. But he actually said, well, as much as you can be broken in high school. And I thought, that's the most broken you can be.
Curled up in a fetal position,
It's like later, like certainly you got broken in your divorce. That was, I would say, most people couldn't live through that. But in high school, you still have faith and hope and love, and you think the world is going to work out just in your favor and everything's going to be like your parents said and all the Disney movies said, except for Old Yeller and Bambi.
No.
No.
It's not. No, the world's
a cruel lie.
And all those stories that you learn as kids are just, we should just do a bunch of children's books that are literally called, it's called For Reals, Life for Reals.
Well, the original Grimm fairy tales are pretty real. Like
Uncle Titus does children's books.
Yeah, but no, we do a mom going to the store for milk, and then you can send the kid out for milk, and he encounters a homeless guy, and he encounters a guy tries to get him in a van, and then he encounters, and you just teach the real part of the world to these kids.
You and my mom could co-write those books because you
right.
and my mom are very much the same people.
Yeah, here's the reality.
But I was telling you the other day, my mom
you
never
meet the Korean
told
grocer,
me,
and you said, don't bring up North or South Korea. You just go. You go through racism. You deal with racism, getting abducted, getting ripped off. You guys sort of take the kids' money on the way, and you just
don't
handle
go
it
in
all.
the gorilla pen.
There you go. Don't go in the gorilla pen. There you go. That's one right there. Excuse me. Hold on.
Bless you.
That was a
Good.
sneeze.
I'll use that opportunity to finish that sentence. My mom never told me that Santa Claus was real. She always told us that he was not real, but that the fun part about it was make believe and pretend. That's what made Christmas,
Doesn't sound
really
fun at all.
match. It was. Here's what she was thinking. So I'm going to lie to my kids for 10 years. Then they're going to have all of that faith in me and honesty and truthfulness just shattered at 10 years old. They're going to realize I'm a liar, and I'm a multi-level complicated liar. Or I'm going to teach them how to create the magic and mystery of Christmas and have fun with it, but not believe a lie.
Yeah, but what do you think is going to happen as a parent? You think you're just going to show up one day, on December 26th, kid just sitting there smoking a cigarette? Mom, Dad, have a seat. Found something out. So you've been telling me since I was a child, I'm 6 now, that there's a guy in a red suit that shows up, and I believed it. I bet my life on it. I got A's and B's because of your goddamn lies. You know what I did? I mowed the lawn when I was supposed to, and I cleaned my room. I did my laundry. I did mine. I'm 6, and I can do laundry. You know why? Because that big fat man was going to bring me presents. And you know what I found out? Yeah, Tommy Johnson down the street just told me there is no Santa Claus.
Well,
you motherfuckers.
Here's what I know.
You motherfucking I packed my shit.
Oh my God.
I'm out. Is that what she thought was going to happen?
Here's what I know. I mean, because I never was told the lie like the rest of you were. Well, I'm sure you weren't. Your mother believed that aliens put a chip in her head or something.
And my dad was like, there is no Christmas. Shut up.
Or God.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of kids, I remember when they found out Santa Claus wasn't real, and I remember sobbing, mostly because I was telling them. But once they quit crying, they were pretty upset with their parents.
So you basically had a group therapy session. You were like, guys, everybody sit down. I got something to tell you guys.
I got in trouble.
This is going to hurt, but It's for your own good.
Well, actually, I didn't get in trouble with my mom. I got in trouble with their parents, and I told my cousins that Santa Claus wasn't real. And then my aunt and uncle were mad, but my mom wasn't mad at all. My mom just thought it was great that I was putting the truth out there.
Wow.
I've said the story about how I found out. Right?
Dream shatterer.
No.
It was both physical and mental pain. My sister was angry at me one day for something, so she pushed me down a staircase, and when I hit the bottom, she yelled, "And Santa Claus isn't real either." And that was
wow, that's that's a punchline to a Steve Martin movie. That's hilarious.
And that's when I was like 8 or 9. And then when we had when my dad did the disciplinary meeting after the event occurred.
Right.
He was yelling at my sister for pushing me down the stairs, and I was like, "Yeah." And then she lied and said Santa's not real. My dad was like, "About that."
Oh my gosh.
Wow. So you just got wait. I'm sorry. This sentence is an abuse. If you put this sentence in court, there's trouble.
Go ahead.
So I was pushed down the stairs, and as I was lying in a pile at the bottom of the stairs, my sister yelled, "And there's no Santa Claus either." Yeah. That's fucked up. I'm glad you're going to her wedding. I hope you're going to get drunk and puke on her.
Nah, she's great.
And the abuse of Ryan continues.
This is why his expectations of women are very low.
Yeah, right.
So low.
That's what they do. The ones that love you push you downstairs and tell you Santa Claus doesn't exist.
The ones that don't love you take you to prom as a joke.
Oh man! Or then invite you to a costume party, and when that's not a costume party. You know what? We just keep. Now you've done the forum, though. You're fine. We rehash these stories, and it's funny. It's really these need to be shot as movies because they're the funniest movie. This is you could write a family comedy just based on those two stories.
Probably,
yeah. I want to talk about this gorilla thing. So, parents, if you suck so bad that you don't understand that 3-year-olds pretty much are going to do what they say they're going to do, 3-year-olds have pretty much pure integrity. If they say, "I'm going to poop on this carpet," they're pooping on the carpet. If a 3-year-old says, "I'm climbing in the gorilla cage," guess what, Mom, Dad? He's climbing in the gorilla cage. And that you turned away for a nanosecond, and next thing you know, that kid is in with the silverback gorilla, a 500-pound silverback gorilla that has the strength of 10 men. You're a fucking idiot.
10 mans?
10 mans? This 10 mans pick that go really strong. He's got 10 mans. Just strength of 10 mans.
You became a gay African American male.
I did. It's where the Jello Johnson's big sister. Yes, it is. Yeah. No, that gorilla. I was watching that gorilla. That gorilla was just dragging that boy around. That boy, he was protecting it from the dumbass white people that was yelling.
Okay. I agree with her on that. Actually, it did look like he was protecting him. It didn't look like he was hurt. He pulled his pants up at one point.
At one point, yeah, he picks the kid up. Well, okay, so here's the thing. People, if you've seen this video, good. If you haven't, go watch it. This dumbass 3-year-old, because they're all dumbass 3-year-olds. There's no smart 3-year-olds. No. There's no, my God, he's irresponsible. He's fucking 3. Mom, Dad, you idiots. So this kid jumps in the gorilla cage. The gorilla sees a kid... And the gorilla is one of the big. It's not one of the big 5, but it's in the big 6. It's like the 6th of the killer animals. But the gorillas have this thing where they actually are more family oriented. They're not dumb like lions and tigers. They're actually more higher thinking beings. They have family groups. They take care of the little ones. The silverbacks specifically are the protectors. They are the ones that if some shit goes down, so another silverback comes into their camp and they don't know it, that silverback will fight the other one, and they will fight to the death. 2 500-pound drink with the strength of 10 men going to fight it out. So this gorilla grabs this kid and puts it behind him. He puts it behind him, and he's standing between the wall. He's standing between the kid and the people that are, and everyone's freaking out, which I'm sure totally didn't add anything to the situation. Bunch of fat people in flip flops going, "Oh my God, the kid!" So this gorilla is all of a sudden getting all this stress yelled at it, and it puts the kid behind him. Okay, so then something else happens, and he grabs the kid by the ankle and wakeboards his ass through the pool. He just went, zzz. I mean, the kid was leaving a wake. He was doing a spray. Gorilla got over there, and the kid, weirdly enough, the kid didn't try to get up. The kid just sat there. I think the kid instinctively knew, because it was all instinct. The kid instinctively knew that some shit's about to go down. And the gorilla had his leg. The kid screamed for a second. Then the gorilla stood the kid up, and he pulled his pants up. And then he dragged him to a place far away from the people yelling. I just want to be clear.
I just want to clarify something.
Yeah.
Because and I know you don't mean any, but also the media keeps saying he dragged him. by his ankle, he dragged him. There's really no other way that a gorilla is going to transport any sort of cargo. It sounds awful, and every time you say dragged...
He didn't call for an Uber, right. He's not going to call for the Uber.
I pictured, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, he was dragging a small child. That's terrible. No, he's just taking him with him. Sort of like a dog on a leash, except using his...
You're coming with me because these idiots are yelling. That's what it looks like.
Something's wrong.
Now, the thing is, you can interpret the video of it. Now, the zookeepers who are professional were saying, here's the problem. Real unpredictable. Kid weighs 40 pounds. Gorilla weighs 500. Probably best thing to kill it.
Just as easily could have lifted the kid up by the foot, whipped it over its head, and slammed it on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys said he threw the kid 10 feet in the ground, and let him hit the ground. He threw the kid up in the air.
Why didn't they tranquilize the gorilla?
I have an answer for that one.
They said, go ahead. And I'll tell you what the zookeeper said.
A lot of times, when you trank a larger animal like that, it takes a little while for the fatigue effect to actually hit, and in that momentary time they go a little crazy and can freak out.
They start to protect themselves.
Yeah, to protect themselves because they don't know what's happening, so they spaz out before they pass out. And they were afraid if they tranquilized it.
It's my high school career, spazzing out before I pass out. That's totally my high school career.
It would just
your first sexual experience.
That's true.
It would just grab the kid or maybe kill the kid in that time frame that was spazzing out before it passed out.
That's what they were saying. Even the zoo people said, and everyone. Some people I heard people bitching about the zoo. I'm like, no, the zoo did its job.
Thank you.
It's called a fucking zoo. Yeah. There's big animals there. You don't let your kid climb a wall. And the zoo, what they did was the zoo instantly look at these idiots yelling. They cleared everybody out. They talked to the gorilla. The gorilla was still pissed. And they said, we're going to have to kill it. And they killed an ultra-rare silverback gorilla because some mom let her fucking 3-year-old loose.
How high was the fence?
It's big. I mean, it's 18, 20 feet. I don't know how the kid got in there.
A 3-year-old climbed...
No. I guess what happened is he went through the side. He climbed. You have to climb through these wires. There's wires. He climbed through the wires. Okay. So here's how.
So it took a minute.
It took a minute. Yeah. Here's interesting to pull up the picture. I wonder what the enclosure looks like. It'd be interesting to see because it's a 3-year-old. So it had to go. It's a tiny 3-year-old. So it had to climb wires. It had to go over a fence. Had to go over some pipes probably because they put them up so the gorilla can't climb in. And then it had to drop down in the gorilla cage. I'm betting mom was probably eating an ice cream cone. Or tweeting.
Mom was doing something. They should send in asshole CSI agent Rachel Bradley because I can come in and I can sniff out where people were being negligent assholes in any situation. Rachel Bradley, asshole CSI for hire.
I think once your kid is in the gorilla cage, you're a negligent asshole. There's no upside to that. There's no it accidentally got into the gorilla cage because I was giving it a kidney transplant and it fell in. That's not what happens. You looked away. You're an idiot.
These stories are out now when I just search it because I'm trying to see how high the fence is. People said that eyewitnesses said that Harambe was showing no aggressive behavior, and it's actually seen that he's trying to protect him. It was people screaming at them that freaked the gorilla out and made him want to move him to safety. But they've actually had some animal, or actually specifically silverback gorilla specialists, who have now come out and made statements. And this woman was saying that at no time was he being aggressive, his body language. He was being protective. You can see the boy looking in his eyes. He's looking at the little boy. And right before he was shot dead, they were holding hands. The little boy was calm. And she's saying that even, reading the body language and reading the behavior, that the boy posed no threat to the gorilla, and that's why he would not. Yeah, gorilla. They sensed that. Animals sensed that, and so they were holding hands before he got killed.
Wow. What did they bring in some Chicago police department and just start randomly? The gorilla. I think the gorilla stole a TV. Bang. I don't understand this because I don't know shit about monkeys. I know nothing about gorillas.
It's a gorilla.
I know. I'm just gonna. I'm not.
You're making.
I always play.
This is a.
You know me.
Nerd checker over here.
I play dumb. Yeah. So yeah, right. I'm making. So I don't know anything about gorillas, but if you watch the video, you can pretty much tell this thing is he's not looking at the kid. He's looking at everybody yelling at him, and he's like, this kid's not. You could just tell the gorilla going, this kid ain't getting hurt by you idiots, and I'm dragging him over here so you guys don't get him. What I thought should have happened, they should have tried it, is they should have actually backed everybody off. Zookeepers would have come in and go, hey, Harambe, calm down. let the kid go, And someone else said that, well, what would you do if your kid dropped in? I said, I would have dropped in the cage instantly, and I would have died, but I'd have sat there calmly. I'd have looked down, and I wouldn't have, and I would just ask for the kid, and the gorillas are pretty smart.
They're smart, and they read body language and stuff.
I would have died. I'm sure
you
would have
died.
I would have died.
As soon as you dropped in, he would have whipped you off the wall. But this little kid, he's being protective towards. He's little. He pulls his pants up. It's amazing to me how Animal Kingdom, you learn about instinct and stuff like that, and how animals operate on instinct. But how would that gorilla have known to pull up pants? That's amazing. Like that couldn't have come through generations. Oh, I guess he's seen people maybe pull their pants up and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Coco the gorilla used to. They sign language. They taught it sign
Coco
language.
was taught to do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it pull up pant, put on sock.
One sock, two sock.
That being said, they're like let's just for example, pretend that the zookeepers had come in and then tried to be like, hey, give it, and then the gorilla had killed the kid. Let's just say, and just like accidentally like thrown him against a wall and killed him. Imagine the uproar there would have been, and why didn't they just shoot the gorilla? So it's kind of a hard decision for the zoo to make in that kind of situation.
Man, I don't know.
It looks like the kid climbed through bushes. It was like a hedge type thing, and then there's a 12-foot fall into the moat.
Oh my God.
So kid 3-year-old says to you, I'm going swimming with the gorilla, or whatever he said. He's obviously not that bright.
And you go, uh-huh.
He probably said monkey.
Right.
And then
me.
you say, uh-huh, and then you turn your back.
Go back to tweeting. You go back to tweeting. You're at the zoo.
Selfies.
You're doing selfies. You're talking to the guy you're cheating with, whatever. And then all of a sudden, kaplunk, and you look over, and your 3-year-old that you looked away. By the way, that's not a 10-second thing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Through the bushes, through the hedge, over the thing, there's some wires that had to go through, and then dropping 12 feet in. And he didn't just jump 12 feet. He looked and thought about it, and then he did it. So that's a minute.
Some nuts on that kid, though.
Yeah, well.
The thing is, the kid, you watch the video, he's not scared. He sits
he
at one
screams
point.
At one point.
And they're looking at each other. He's not freaking out. It's really interesting to watch. When we went on safari in South Africa, this was the first time I really got a lesson in Animal Kingdom and how weak we are.
And this is why I'm so pissed about this, because we got to go to Kruger National Park, which is 3 million hectares. It's a huge thing. And we got to see like the badass animals, like the shit that you only got to see as a kid in a movie.
It's amazing.
And we were driving around in a truck next to them.
Yes. And we learned, and I may have said this before, our tour guide, we had our own guy, safari guide, and he was actually a tribesman with many wives.
King.
And he was explaining to us that if we ever got in a situation, which we don't have in Los Angeles, but actually you can use this with people too in a fight situation. If he said he has come across one of the big 5 before, and those are the deadly animals, he said they always, if you come face to face with them accidentally, they retreat, run a long circle, turn around and come back. And that gives you the opportunity to either square up and get ready to fight, or he said in that time, back the F up. He said, but do not turn your back on them ever, because you'll get attacked. He says, keep facing forward, and while they're doing that lap back up as fast as you can, so that when they turn back around, they see that you're retreating and you're not a threat. And he said it'll save your life. So
it's terrifying.
Yeah, right.
But they're nothing to fuck around with. Like, that's what's ridiculous, is that this mother in the zoo. I mean, they build these pens. If the gorilla could have got out, it would have got out. So the pen was fine for the gorilla. It hasn't killed a bunch of other kids. This is the first time. That story about that cheetah that grabbed that dude, or was a leopard. Leopard grabbed the dude.
Yeah.
Kruger got out, put him in a tree. Guy got out of his car. Leopard, are you under my car? Leopard got up, killed him, snapped his neck, put him in a tree to eat later.
Dragged him up the tree in front of all.
In front of everybody. Yeah.
It's like, can you imagine?
No,
I know.
Well, there's also a difference between like a carnivore and like the gorillas, which are omnivores too, which has something to do with it too.
Hold on, this part of the podcast, Nerd Update,
brought to you by salad and other vegetables. Omnivore?
Sorry,
he's been
herbivore.
waiting.
Herbivore.
He's been waiting to drop this knowledge.
But you're right.
Go.
So it's a much more.
Well,
Let's hear
no.
it.
I don't want to go on about this.
I want to hear
please.
this. Let's
Oh,
go.
please.
No, we want you to. That's why you're here, Fetus.
We need you to so we can
Well,
make
she
fun
finally
of you.
let you bump up to the you don't have to wait halfway through to get on the mic now.
I'm thinking about going back to that.
yeah,
though.
right. So she better make this shit good.
Well, if the kid had fallen into like a lion cage encampment, they're
Over.
Like would have been like I don't think there's any kind of thought of that lion being like, maternal instincts or whatever.
I'm going to pick it up by its scruff and I'm going to take it to the gate and
Yeah.
drop it off so they can get this kid out of there.
There's
It's
but with
food.
a gorilla where there's no thought that this being will be food, its next thought is it a threat, right?
Right.
And clearly it's not. It's a little child.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's a
then the
little
gorilla
thing.
went, but these assholes might hurt
Exactly.
it. They're already dumb enough to let it drop into the lake. Holy God, they tried to kill it. You know what?
She's an unfit parent.
I'll bet. Yeah. By the way, this gorilla should be working for child
You know,
services.
I'm
'cause
gonna
it
be
was
this
doing-
kid. I'm gonna be this thing's parent.
Yeah, the gorilla, because I can't fuck it up the way these guys did. It just fell 12 feet into my
Yeah.
enclosure. These people are trying to kill it. He may have thought they threw it in. So the gorilla was like, "Look, this is a little kid. What are you guys doing?" And so, and by the way, and I may be totally crazy right now.
I don't know anything about gorillas.
But when you see 3 other experts say you can tell by the gorilla's posture there was no violence in the gorilla, it was like, and the zookeepers. Wow, little C- on the zookeepers part. They didn't even try because they could have had a guy just bear down on get the gorilla in your scope, get on target. We're going to try. If that gorilla moves a second to hurt that kid, shoot it. They should have at least tried that, I think. But I guess at the time,
hindsight's always
hindsight. You got a little kid flipping out. That gorilla, though, is so rare. That silverback is so rare and worth. I mean, what do you think it's possibly worth to the zoo that people pay to go see it? Millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
Little kids are they're all over the place. All over the place. I see loose ones all the time.
And replaceable.
Are you fucking kidding me?
At the rate
Especially 3.
that
it would only take
people-
3 years to get another one.
At the rate that ignorant people are procreating right now, I mean, there's one 9 months behind him.
Right.
Seriously, silverback gorillas, we can't seem to get them to procreate like that. It's just not working out. And I agree with you. If you play, the odds of which is more important, we should have preserved the silverback gorilla.
And we've already got a 3-year-old that's jumping into a gorilla cage. Pretty much not really high up on the
Nope.
brain scale.
Nope.
Yeah, actually,
I don't think that kid's going to be coding the next cancer cure robot.
may have been a plus for humanity for that kid to go. On the
Possibly
gorilla.
would.
Who
We
knows?
just still
I
had the
don't know.
gorilla.
Who knows?
But I don't think the gorilla was going to kill it. If you watch the video, people, look at it, you'll go, even if you don't know anything about animal behavior, you'll go, it doesn't look like he's going to hurt the kid. Because he could have. It was 10 minutes. The kid was in the enclosure for 10 minutes. As you said, with a lion, done. That kid would have been died poop in 10 minutes. He would have gone through the lion's digestive system and been just. That's little kid poop. This was a little kid sneaker in a turd. That's what would have happened.
And you never know what animals are going to do, though. Like there are videos you see of like tigers coming up and like licking children and like being like dangerous animals that end up being like nice and like caring.
That's a taste test. That's
a taste
test.
Just they're so it's so.
I like
unpredictable.
Mexican food.
Was he Mexican?
He came like the little Mexican kid, yeah.
He is.
No, the tiger came like the Mexican kid.
It's not as much fun when you have to explain.
I know. You
jokes
killed
to
it. You
me.
literally just stabbed.
Well, I had a story about this is what's wrong with technology. I had a story about another dumb thing that a 4-year-old did, and my stupid iPad reverted back to the homepage instead of
did you
keeping
find
that
it?
story up. So I was all going to be all smooth, like, well, check this out. Look
We'll go
how
find it. I'll talk.
ready I am to segue into an equally interesting story about something similar.
We'll find it. So the point I made about the parents is this. So the gorilla, the child was in danger, and the thing that it was in danger with was killed. The child got put in danger because the parents put it in danger. So if by the logic of killing the gorilla, wouldn't you also shoot these parents? Because these parents put this child in danger.
Well, isn't there a court case happening right
I
now?
think they said that I heard I was driving up to Northern California when it happened 2 days ago, and they interviewed the zookeeper, and the zookeeper said, we're not doing anything to parents right now. We're not, because the reporters are such assholes. Reporters they were not. This is horrible. Why is that pen the way it is? Well, because it's been that way for 15 years and nothing's ever happened. Who let the fucking 3-year-old jump into the thing? They didn't say that. And then one of them goes, are you doing anything to the parents? And the zookeeper said no. And the zookeeper was pretty straightforward. He said, listen, he goes, this thing is 500 pounds. It's got the strength of 10 men. It could rip your arm off without blinking.
Ugh.
And so why wouldn't we shoot it to save this kid? But man, I mean, there's people that, I mean, he's already bad enough. He's in a slave cage. He's not in his habitat. He's got idiots with snow cones yelling at him. People probably throw shit at him once in a while.
Last time I was at the LA Zoo, and for their gorilla pens, they've got like this thick glass that's like really hard. It'd be impossible to get into those pens.
Right.
And I remember like one of the gorillas was like super close to the glass, just like looking at the people, and all it did was like at one point made like a jerk forward towards the glass, and like 5 people stepped back.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no way it's gonna be able to break through that glass.
But that gorilla laughed his ass off on the other side. He was
gorilla.
like, "That's right, bitches."
It's huge. They're beautiful creatures, but they're monstrous.
Beautiful creatures. That's
I
what
give
you are.
up. But there is a shoe sale going on at
Oh
Saks Fifth
my
Avenue.
God! Your computer only
and
goes to that now.
Farfetch. It keeps it's trying to play on my weakness.
It knows.
And prey on
Well,
my
let me ask you,
weakness.
I
It
mean,
knows. It keeps showing me pictures
little-
of the things I want.
Do a little search and see like how many kids. Because didn't we have this happen? Joe Rogan did a really funny bit about it. There was a guy at the San Francisco Zoo that jumped. That was this was fucked up. He was winging like pine cones or something at a tiger in the tiger cage, and the tiger jumped out of the enclosure and killed the guy.
That's what I'm saying. We feel so safe.
Yeah, no.
You should go. I highly recommend before you die, and you should do it long before that, go to South Africa and go on safari. It will change your world view, your life view. We think that we are so powerful and
so
run
squishy.
everything. We
We
are
are
so
squishy,
squishy,
man.
So
and
squishy.
we are just living because they're just being nice. It's no joke. Like even elephants, people think elephants are beautiful and slow and dumb. They're the most deadly animal in the forest.
Yeah, the circus elephants, those elephants have had their souls ripped out, and stomped down, turned into dust. There's nothing left
They're
of those
basically
elephants.
drugged up sex slave workers.
Yeah,
I mean,
basically.
it's-
Basically. The elephants we saw were like, they were powerful and would fuck you up. And the guy said, I said, what happens if they ram the car? He goes, well, that's happened. He said, that's happened. They banged into the car. As long as you don't get out, the elephant thinks the truck is an animal, and it's about the same size.
And they let other animals be for the most part,
Yeah.
unless someone's hunting, unless someone's hungry.
Yeah, that giraffe was not left alone.
He was not left alone.
They had eaten so much of this giraffe. So they'd started at it. It went through its asshole, and they'd cleaned out everything.
Wow.
They had started at his
We
ass,
have
and
pictures of it.
Was
It's
it lions?
giant, yeah,
lions, and they
giant giraffe. I'll show you pictures, and it's lying on its side. We had just gone to see the live, fun, happy, yay, cute little baby giraffe, and then they get the call, and our guy hauls ass with us, and we get there, and this huge giraffe is on its side, hollowed out. All of its insides.
Basically, the lions were making a den inside the ribs of this giraffe. They had eaten out everything, and the lions would walk into the giraffe, disappear. You hear, and then they would walk back out.
And then they're protecting it, so they're watching us. They're doing circles around it, and then they sit about 50 feet away and clean each other, lick the crap off of each other.
And then after the big ones were done, they would let the kids go. They let the cubs go. All right, guys, go learn how to do this, because it's next week it's you.
I didn't find that because it went away, but I have a story about a kid that should not be taken out. See, I think that we have some that we could do without, and some that we could keep.
I actually don't believe that. I believe that this kid. Look, when your kid's 12, it's an idiot. When your kid's 3, you're an idiot. Go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you. I don't know what just happened. I breathed. There's a 7-year-old boy, and this is what I always imagined, like maybe your kids would be like Kenny kind of is actually. The 7-year-old boy is being called a hero because he single-handedly attempted to stop an armed robbery at his video game store. Instead of running and hiding and crying or whatever, his parents were there shopping. 2 men wearing hoodies and masks entered the store armed. One of the suspects reached for the 7-year-old boy, who responded by punching him in the stomach. You can watch it all on video, but he tries to fight these dudes.
I love this kid.
I do too.
It's stupid, though.
He left hooked him twice.
Yeah, but
still holding his doll that he went to get in the right hand.
So check this out. So you're a robber. You've actually no one does that easy. In movies we see these badass criminals that are badass. I don't care who you are. You're going to go commit a major felony. You're tense about it. You walk in, okay, everyone's going to calm down. We're going to scare everybody. We're going to get the money. No one's getting hurt. And this little fucking kid is like, hey, fuck you, man. And it's just like, you're like, really? Seriously? This is a bad day. I quit. I'm out. I'm going to go get a job
It's
at McDonald's.
embarrassing. All my criminal friends are going to see this video.
Oh, my God. Doesn't my hoodie look tough enough? What? I'm wearing a mask. I got a bandana over my face.
Should have gone for the balls, though. Rule number 1.
Now,
Balls
I
first.
have taught my children that. I have taught my children balls, eyes, knees.
If you
in
hit
that
the
order.
balls, the
Jack
rest
can't
will
reach the
follow.
eyes.
Well, but if someone's on the ground, someone you get close to them, they pick you up.
There you go.
Eyes,
Your
balls.
daughter definitely is the one that's going to spearhead that fight.
If the first person that tries to mess with my daughter is going to get hurt, because that kid, I'm always like play fighting with him, and well, my daughter is 14 now, and she stops play fighting. She will now swing on me and hit me in the arm, and sometimes she connects, and I'm like, Mom, wow. I'm kind of proud of it. I'm because I said I told her this, the first guy that messes with you in a way you don't like, use that, and then I will. Then you tell him, then you come tell me, and if you beat his ass.
She gave you a black eye one time. You guys were having your tickle session at night when she
that was
like
years ago. She was
11?
like 9. Yeah, it was like 9 or 10.
Younger. It was crazy. He got another time he got knocked off the bed. That's when he decided she was getting a little too big for tickle time.
Well, I used to do.
He got knocked
You're
off the
making
bed.
it sound weird. Both my son and my daughter, we would have tickle time, and I would
How is it weird?
just you tickle time with your daughter. It just sounds weird to me.
Wow, you're
Well,
like
you just
weird
made it
PC
weird.
guy
Yeah,
again.
it's-
Yeah,
it's
right?
like-
Nobody
I
was
wasn't
thinking that
thinking-
weirdo,
all
but
right.
now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah,
That's a
me
little
too.
strange.
They
Me too.
actually came to get me one time, and we all prank each other so much that I didn't believe them. I
Yeah.
thought that they were trying to get me into a trap, but she knocked him off he
No.
dove so that she didn't get hurt.
Here's what happened. So that was 4 or 5 years ago. She was 10. My son was 8. I was doing it. I would just come in like a monster,
Yeah.
and just be like, "Burn!" I would just hold him down, take him. He'd be like screaming, "No!" And then she would try to get me off, and I'd turn on her, and I would tickle her, and she was freaking out.
Classic dad move.
Yeah, just really destroying
And
that.
they're screaming.
I used to come in every night and destroy them for like 20 minutes, and then I jumped. My son jumped on me, and something happened, and I went across the bed, and my daughter was in front of me. Her head was further than mine was. And we were going off the bed. Her bed, she's got a pretty high bed, and we were going off hardwood floors. And I spun, and I went down. So she didn't bang her head. I went down, and when I hit my head, I saw white flashes.
He
I
got
went,
his bell
boom!
rung.
Yeah, my bell. He got his bell rung.
You have to tell that story real quick, but she came to get me because he was doing a systems check. His body was running a systems
You got to
check.
reboot, right?
Yeah, when you rattled, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to wait for a minute, make sure that I
Here's
don't
the
start
problem
vomiting.
with being married to a comedian, and this goes for both of us. I didn't believe him. I was like, yeah, sure, I bet he is, sure. And so probably 5 minutes later, once they left, like looking all confused and crying,
Right.
and
so
I
they
thought,
go run to get her, and she's like, whatever. And so they leave like, she's dead. I'm like, when I stood up, my eyebrow was bleeding. I banged my head so hard I was bleeding down my face.
No.
And they walked to their new stepmom, and they're like, she's like, fuck them. And they walked away.
And then once you realize that was a pretty lame trap.
Once they didn't keep going and they left, I thought,
There was no commitment.
So I quietly creeped up the hallway and looked around the corner and saw him on the floor. And then I panicked, and then I felt terrible. I felt so bad. You have to tell the Al Jones got his bell rung story.
So we had, let me just wrap this gorilla thing up. First of all, parents, if your kid says it's going to jump in the gorilla cage, it's jumping in the gorilla cage. You know why? Let me tell you something about the little kids. Little kids don't know how to lie yet, unless you've taught them, and that means you're even a shittier parent. If they say, I'm going into swimming with the gorilla, you grab that kid, you get a bicycle lock, and you chain him to the fucking fence because he's about to go in the thing. Or just watch him. Or you could just keep an eye on him. How about that? Because we lost an endangered species because of your mom. And I'll never back off that. That being said, so we had this guy. I've talked about Al Jones before. Al Jones is and his sons are the best stuntmen in Hollywood. They're just phenomenal. And Al Jones, I think he's 83 or 84 now.
You would not know it, though.
He's an old stuntman. Used to be in the 50s. He was a musician. Barefoot Beefus. Look it up. Barefoot Beefus.
He has an album.
He has an album. Barefoot Beefus. That was his name. That was his total name, because it's timeless. So Al is now a stuntman. He was coordinating Titus, and we have to do this car stunt. The stuntman that's driving the car would not put his safety gear on. He was like the frame, the roll bar was too short. His helmet was through the roll bar, and we go. And Al's like, "Hey, by the way, Al's a little twitchy because he's a stuntman, but he's an old stuntman, which means he's good because there's not a whole lot of old stuntmen."
Right.
And he's still on the thing. So he's like, "Hey, I can see your helmet sticking out the top there. You want us to take that out and fix that roll cage?" And the guy goes, "No, don't worry about it." And this is what the guy says. I'm standing there. He goes, "Well, I'll land soft." I'll land soft. Really? Okay. So
this is the perfect Al impression, by the way. And he's got some twitch thing too.
He's got
blinks.
he's got a little bit of, what do they call that when you got that
Tourette's.
A little bit of that. And but the baddest ass got your back dude in the world.
He's awesome.
So the guy we give him green straps for his arms to strap because so your arms don't flip out of the car. Because we're going to flip a car, we're doing a pipe jump. Car's got to hit the ramp, it's going to flip. So you can't let your arms flip around. We give him green straps. The dude freaks the fuck out. He goes, green, no, green, bad luck, green. I can't know where green. I was like, "You're kidding me, right? Green strap." And he goes, "Don't worry, I'll keep my hands on it. I won't have a problem."
He says he doesn't need the straps.
Yeah, he says you don't need the straps. Okay. Now he's got his helmet sticking a little bit to the roll cage. He is not going to put his straps on, his arm restraints. And so then the guy gets in the car and runs at the pipe ramp about 60. He's supposed to hit the ramp at 35. Goes past in the test run at 65. Al walks over, goes, opens the guy's. It's a funny car. He opens the guy's thing and he goes. "Let me tell you something. You come by that one more time, I'll personally yank your fucking ass out of that car." Twitch, wink, wink. And so sends the guy back down. The guy hits the ramp, 35, beautiful, does a flip. But when he lands, and if you see the video, he hits and he lands dead flat on the top. And his helmet was sticking through maybe a quarter of an inch, but that's all it took. Compressed his spine, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of bad stuff. His arms, it broke one of his arms because it came out of the car because he'd have his restraints on. So medevac chopper coming in like it's crazy, like the whole chute shuts down. Medevac chopper coming in, we're like, oh my god. They get this guy strapped to a board, they tie him down, medevac chopper takes off, and someone came over and goes, someone just showed up late because they had to film. Their call was later. What happened? Al looks at him and goes, he just got his bell rung. Robert Hawkins used to tell that story, man. Yeah, got his bell rung. There's all.
The medevac chopper
is in the distance. You can hear it's one of those big Chinook. It's this big. Yeah, bell rung just a little bit. Yeah, we had to call chopper. Bell rung.
I feel like for a stunt guy like that, anything that's not death.
Yes, exactly.
Bell rung.
Yeah.
Got his bell rung.
I love him.
Yeah.
Well, in honor of you having your face shaved today, this podcast brought to you by Harry's. Also in honor of Father's Day, which is coming up.
Harry's.
What day is Father's Day?
So Father's Day is always a tough one for sons. Here's why. There's a sentimental level that you, depending on your dad, most dads aren't that sentimental. Moms are sentimental, dads aren't. If you go too far, I bought my dad a set of rims one time for Father's Day, and he flipped out on me. Flipped out. First of all, I picked out rims that he said he wouldn't have picked out. God damn it, don't go buy me rims. Put rims on my car when I tell you. And he made me take them back. I had to eat $200 in restocking fee, and I was heartbroken because I finally had some money to spend on them. Dads get weird if sons do this. So let me tell you what to do. Go to harrys.com. Go to, what is the code?
HARRYS.com/Titus.
Buy your dad. It's $10. It's this beautiful Harry's. You can upgrade to those little upgrades, right? You can get the one with the coating on it, like I have.
Yep.
That is badass.
You get it engraved too.
You can get it engraved too. It's a kick-ass razor. It's 5 blades, German engineered. These blades, I got to tell you, these blades are literally like the German interrogation of razors. You had okay, just so you guys know, Fetus, you left here Friday Sasquatch.
Yes, I had a big beard.
Right.
And now I have no beard.
No, you look like you.
And you cut your hair.
I did. I got a haircut too.
You look 14 years younger.
It's totally different.
Yeah, he looks like Fetus again.
He looks less like he should drive a
why?
van.
Because the Harrier has the German engineered blades. There's 5 blades. The other razors, they have the three blades. And what happens is the hair on your face just says, oh, fine, I will stay here. You cannot get me only 3 blades. But 5 blades comes, the hair jumps out of your face instantly. Oh my God, I will get cut, I will get sliced, I will be taken out by the 5 blades. So sometimes the hair leaves before the razor gets close, just out of fear.
Well, I have thick, like wiry, like Sasquatch
You just
hair.
totally ignored your whole German run.
It's really good.
It was so good.
It's brilliant.
I love it.
That's pretty brilliant.
And I haven't used a Harry's razor in several months because I haven't shaved in several months.
Yeah.
And I was surprised on how amazing and smooth it just so much better every time. I've gotten to this weird panic place. If I need to shave, I don't have my razor. I'm like
So, anyways, guys, Harrys.com. You get a little $5 off because of Titus used a code. What's the code?
Titus. Harrys.com
That's the whole code?
Yeah, but now you have to do Harrys.com /Titus.
Mm-hmm.
Promo code Titus. You get $5 off your first order. But this is what I was going to try to say today. I don't get to talk this. Limited edition. Father's Day shave set. You get the matte black razor handle, a chrome razor stand, pretty sweet if you haven't seen it, Harry's moisturizing foaming shave gel, 3 blades, and the travel cover, all for $40. So you get $5 off that promo code Titus. It comes in a really sweet giftable box, and you can add custom engraving, and they'll do a personalized card, all for $40 plus your promo code.
$40. So the engraving is included for $40.
And you get
crazy.
You can add that. It's a custom thing at the
right.
end, or you can do the Truman set, which is $15. You get $5 off. It's $10. But the reason that we went ahead and did this today is because free shipping to get it there in time for Father's Day without having to upgrade shipping to get it there for free ends on June 3rd.
And also, we're not thinking about it. God, dudes. When your sons don't think about father, we don't. Daughters and Mother's Day's coming up, and it's next month. I can't wait to get mom. We're like Saturday. Oh shit, Father's Day's tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So, and fathers are like that too. What tomorrow's Father's Day? Jesus, crap.
I saw Jet the other day, and I said, "Oh, Father's Day's coming up," and he went,
Exactly. No, he says that all the time to everything.
That's his noise.
But you can still get it there in time for Father's Day, but the free shipping to get it there ends on June 3rd. So do that. Harrys.com /Titus, promo code Titus.
There you go. And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Rae bringing you the Bombshell News.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You got the iPad is shut down.
I'm fine. It's that your daughter is texting me pictures of her eyebrows. I'm sorry.
Oh, we have to tell that story. Okay, so
no, you don't have to tell any.
You
stories,
are super cool, stepmom. So we've kind of gotten into this thing where we over the years you acquire stuff, and your life starts to become heavy. So we started getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
So Bombshell starts getting rid of all of her makeup, and I have a 14-year-old daughter who's going to be 15 very soon. And she said, "Hey, why don't you have this really super nice makeup?" And my daughter started painting herself like some sort of transvestite clown. It's pretty incredible.
She's learning. Girls know you have to go through. But her new thing is she wanted to, for her 15th birthday, because she gets a new makeup thing that she's allowed to start doing. So she's got lips and mascara already, started at 13. Now she wants to do eyebrows because I am very passionate about eyebrows. She knows this. It's a bonding thing. So
your eyebrow game is stellar.
Yeah,
thank you.
Always.
Thank you.
She's got a standing appointment. Her eyebrow game.
No, that's eyelashes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Her eyelash game also is on point.
Thank you. On fleek.
Now, I'm not saying on fleek because I read the history of on fleek, and anybody who says on fleek is a douchebag.
You actually, your daughter just texted that to me on fleek, but we just think it's funny because you don't know how to use it, and you keep using it in really funny ways.
On
originally,
purpose.
No, not the first time.
Yeah.
It's like when you told me when we first met each other that guy was sporting a sag.
Yeah, he's sporting a sag. That's what you say. When you're from
busting a
Connecticut, you say he's sporting a sag.
So, anyway, she came in her first round with eyebrow stuff, and I lost it. I was laughing so hard, and I said, "Why do you look so angry?"
She came in pissed off. She drew in these angry eyebrows.
I felt bad, but she spent all that day and all the next day practicing, and she's still at it. I've just gotten new pictures and new updates. So anyway, I just thought that was cute. But that was what was happening on this iPad at that moment.
Right.
I like people with goals. Big fan of people that set goals and accomplish them. This guy, he has removed all of his teeth so that he could beat the world record for the most straws in his mouth. So there you go.
What was the record? How many straws was that?
Well,
because I just have a free Thursday.
There was this guy, actually, he likes getting world records. He has 366 flags tattooed on his body. He also had all his teeth removed so that he could put nearly 500 drinking straws and more than 50 burning candles in his mouth. Because fire and plastic straws always
when you
go together.
set a goal, go full out.
I know.
Is there a set diameter for those straws? Could he have just used like the little coffee stirrers?
That would, yeah.
No.
They have to be like
They have to be like there's literally a Guinness World Book of Records straw,
like the standard radius.
That's crazy.
His wife actually holds the world record for writing the world's shortest will. It just said, all to son.
She also holds the world record for tolerance. Some motherfucker putting candles in his mouth and straws.
She died in 91. Needless to say, he's adrift ever since.
No, he seems very focused.
No. A divorced dad has tried to pay child support with pizza, and the court has ruled that it is allowed.
It's supporting the kids, feeding them. Boom.
Score.
This is in Italy, in Italian court. A guy split from his wife.
Hey, I don't like you. We're going to feed the kids. You're not giving you no fucking money. You could do nothing. Yeah. Hey, what kind of pizza you like, kids? This bitch, you're not going to get my money. I'll give you a pizza.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. It's just Italy. It's something about Italy sent him over the edge. I don't know what that is.
I was expecting it to be the U.S., but of course you could pay with pizza in Italy.
Yeah,
I guess it was relevant.
That's actually
relevant.
their international currency.
Yeah,
Italy's international currency is pizza.
He, when they split in 2002, he obviously agreed to pay child support for his daughter, who was 6 years old. He had to pay €300 per month, about $355, because of the recession in his area. He's 50 years old. He's actually a professional pizza maker from Padua. He could no longer afford to pay child support.
Money, right.
So he offered to stump up the equivalent sum in the form of pizzas, calzones, and other meals made by his business. In lieu of money, he offered his ex-wife the exact same amount of compensation, just in food from his place. The value, I guess, that the food would be. She went on, she got remarried, she had 3 more kids, she has a husband bringing in an income. Of course, she took him to court and fought him for it. And anyway, the judge ruled in his favor. And the judge said, so there's a victory for fathers in Italy.
Good. And look at it this way. So what better food could you get made by your dad? He knew it was coming to you. It'd probably be amazing. Of course, maybe not so because he wasn't doing so well. Maybe it wasn't that good of food because it really wasn't kicking ass and he couldn't afford to pay her the money. Good. Yeah, that's right. And Johnny Depp.
Something. I can't even do. Are we going to go to Johnny Depp? Because I get too fired up.
Here's the thing.
Oh, boy.
You heard this whole thing?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole thing going on in Hollywood right now about not just this Johnny Depp thing, but about like child abuse and everything, too.
Bitches be crazy. Yeah. That's what I want to say. I experienced it. The problem is I experienced it. I experienced being falsely accused of abuse, falsely accused of beating my children, and it took us 6 years and every dime I ever made to prove that it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And we did prove it didn't happen, but we didn't prove it till the very end of the case in reconsideration after we fired our attorneys. Now, women... some women are badasses and want to run their own lives. Don't give a shit about you. Treat them bad. They're like, suck it. I'm gonna go rule the world without you. Some women are money grubbing hoes who know they ain't gonna get another shot again, so they try to do everything they can. Johnny Depp, Doug Stanhope wrote a letter about this. I guess this woman, for people that knew her and knew Johnny Depp, pretty much they all thought he was nuts and he was going out of control, that she was running his life, but didn't have the balls to say
They didn't think he was nuts. They thought that he had made a bad choice in her because she was nuts.
But nobody would tell him because they don't want to be cut out of Johnny Depp's, golden light. So, and I guess so. She's made up a bunch of stuff, and we saw the pictures of her abused. It's not abuse.
There's new pictures released today.
Let's go to some Tina Turner pictures and let's compare those pictures to those. Yeah,
She's released pictures today. My first part I was withholding judgment because you never want to not believe a woman that actually was beaten.
True.
But I certainly have an inclination to be suspicious given what we went through, considering what in our situation was said in court documents that was done, no one could have lived through. And then we have a picture of her the next day holding a pamphlet with the date on it, and she's perfectly, normal looking as compared to how she normally
2 days
looks.
after she said, I threw her down the stairs, punched her repeatedly, bounced her head off a coffee table, ripped her hair out, kicked her in the stomach, I threw her down the stairs twice, by the way, which means I threw her down,
and
carried her back up,
and by the back of her head,
and
by her
banged
hair,
her head.
and
That's
banged
what
her
she said.
face off of a coffee table.
Repeatedly.
So anyway.
So 2 days after that, she's got a picture at my daughter's graduation where she's holding the pamphlet, and it has the date on it, like a mob photo, like the mob when the mob sends hostages out so they can prove they got them, the newspaper date. Perfect.
It wasn't that it took 6 years to prove that it didn't happen. It's not like they believed it until the end of the 6 years. It's that court cases, you have hearings after hearings. You have a hearing on when the hearing's going to be. You have continuances. So it's like it just takes forever in our court system. But anyway, she showed up in court, no makeup, just like your ex showed up in all white, holding, as you say, the Pope Bible, the giant Bible.
She had a giant Bible, dude. It was literally one of those Bibles that only reverends have in their house when you visit them.
Yeah. So, and that's the kind of shit that drives me crazy. She shows up, she's poor me, no makeup. Like, there was an Instagram photo that came out like the day after she says that the beating occurred, and she's fine. She's hysterically laughing. Now, 2 days after, she was crying.
This is Johnny Depp's person, yeah.
Yes, and had no makeup on, and she was dressed conservatively. She's out in Daisy Duke shorts, leaving her lawyer's office with her friend, and she's laughing so hard with no mark on her that her head is tilted back. She's laughing that hard. So she's, it's selective depression and sadness.
You have to be very careful when you're like Johnny Depp's worth about $400 million because of those movies. So here's what you do. And from what we gather, Johnny Depp is first of all, he's not big. He's waifish. He's not a big dude. He's the nicest guy. From everybody knows, he's calm, nice, chill. No one's ever his exes.
Both exes
came forward and said, out of your fucking mind. He's the nicest guy we've ever met.
Gentle, kind, yeah.
These are exes. Do you know what your exes to say nice shit about it?
Even recent ex of 14 years that he has his daughter with, she said absolutely not.
Did not happen.
Never. Mm-mm.
So you get this crazy bitch who's doing all this stuff. Well, if you have $4 million, you know what you do? You hire the best investigator in the world, and you go, hey, man, here's $1 million. Find everything you can on this. She just said I beat her. And as a man, we've been taught our whole life that the worst thing you can possibly do, beat a woman or beat a child.
Yes.
Right? It's bottom of the barrel. Even prisoners, guys who are up for murder, you go in for beating the shit out of a woman or beating a kid, you're dead. So it is not, and it's not a societal teaching. It is a DNA man thing. You don't touch women or children. This is how it is. So when someone accuses you of that, the anger level is so high that you look like you're crazy and you could possibly do it. That's the problem is you're in court and someone goes, he beat me, and you go, what the fuck are you talking about? All of a sudden you look psychotic.
They're like, aha!
And you know me, I don't have a whole lot of filters. So when it got said in court, I was like, what? Are you fucking? And they were like, "Oh wow, you're obviously crazy."
I didn't do it before, but
she just
said
that's one of the jokes. That was one of the jokes on one of our specials.
Let it be said that they were married for a year, and she made demands. Stanhope came out because they're good friends, and he said that before this all came out, he went and saw Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp's mom had died the day before. His movie flopped this past weekend, and he was really depressed, and he finally told them that she was leaving him. Obviously, he cared about her, and that she had told him that he was going to give her whatever it was, some vast amount of money, or else she was going to burn down his reputation and career. And so 1 year, and she went into court last Friday and asked for the protective order and spousal support and attorney's fees. And she's 1 year married.
She was denied attorney's fees, and she was denied spousals.
Correct. Hallelujah.
Boom.
Here's what a different world we live in.
How'd that go for you, Tiffany?
I saw this news story. Iran punishes dozens of partying college students with 99 lashes each. And when I first saw the story, I thought, oh, they got lashes. Like eyelashes.
Wow.
I realized.
Yeah, not as liberal as California. Yeah. You have to wear eyelashes and look like an idiot for a couple
I
weeks.
just realized, I'm the problem.
That's a
I'm
big U.S.
actually the
punishment.
problem.
like that's a United States punishment. Like, yeah, you have to wear some eyelashes.
Yeah, eyelashes. Really weird, girly eyelashes for 2 weeks, dude.
Well, I just came here from getting eyelashes done, so I think that's why I'm in that vein. Meanwhile, girls are getting whipped, and I'm like,
because your eyelash
lashes?
game is kind of fleeky.
Oh my gosh!
What'd I say?
Lick your cat with
Fleeky
Licky,
Friday.
a giant silicone tongue that you can get. It's currently on Kickstarter. If you've ever watched a cat lick itself or lick another cat and thought, I wish I could lick that cat too, then hey, I got a product for you. It's called Licky, L-I-C-K-I. It's a silicone brush that's shaped like a giant tongue, and it's going to allow you to bond with your cat by licking it.
Your cat doesn't want to bond with you.
Hey, man. You don't know.
There's not a cat in the world that wants to bond
Cats
with you.
groom each other as a form of social bonding. Our Yorkies also do that. One of them grooms the other every night. He cleans him. So we could get a Licky, and we could get in on that so that they would bond with us.
You just bought them little collars with bow ties.
I did.
Yeah, they're
See?
Pictures?
No, but I'll send you one.
They are.
I went and got him because he won't let me get him necklaces. Because now dogs, they wear like the long pearl necklaces.
Pearl
and stuff.
necklaces for the dogs.
I'm against that. But
Not
bow
real
ties.
pearls.
Bow ties are classic.
So just fake pearl
Yeah, like
necklaces for the
cheap. I'm
dogs.
not going to spend.
Holy crap!
Anyway, so
I give up.
I got them little black leather. They're studded with turquoise and rhinestone. Like they have bling now, but you can slide these little plaid bow ties on the. See,
Bow ties.
he's totally in. So yesterday they were both wearing bow ties, and he wasn't just blown away by that.
I'm not about the rhinestones, but the bow ties I'm all in on.
It's not like girly. It's very
No,
manly.
they're okay. Let me ask
Studded,
you: is that picture of Chaplin with the bow tie still on your Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go to Facebook, Bombshell. What's your Facebook?
Well, my Facebook is Bombshell Rae, but my regular personal page is Rachel Bradley, and it's on Rachel Bradley.
That was the day of
You
our
can
wedding.
go see Chaplin in a tuxedo.
Yeah, and he's cool. He's kick-ass looking. Also, if you go to Twitter, you can follow me at Titus Nation or at Ray Bradley on Twitter, or you can follow the Ryan Farmer at
the Ryan Farmer.
Okay, you go there. I'm sorry.
Nailed it.
By
Facebook,
the way, you put the tongue in your mouth.
I was
and
curious if
Oh
it was
my.
a brush that's shaped
So
like
wait,
a tongue,
you
or
don't
it's a
hold
tongue
it, you
put
actually
in
put the
your
tongue
mouth?
in your
it's
mouth?
a fixture, see, that goes in your mouth, and then the silicone tongue hangs out, and then that way you're actually simulating licking so that they bond with you.
Extinction level event. We need an extinction level. Please, Meteor, don't miss us.
Meteor. I like that
Meteor.
you say Meteor.
Look, any meteors coming towards Earth right now, please don't near miss us. Just take us out. But 3 billion of us need to go at least. Especially the people that did kicks, and he's getting a Kickstarter because he can't really raise the funds for the tongue you put in your mouth to lick your own cat.
I have a dream.
I mean, there's not just investors lining up for that.
All the other dreams have been achieved.
Oh my
I'm
God!
This is
conspiracy
what's
theorying
left.
that's actually a cat that's launched this Kickstarter.
Yeah, we've
It's like-
seriously
Ending segregation already taken.
ChristopherTitus.com. Go there. You can get 6 different comedy specials, 90 minutes. I sign every single one. Or you can get the box set, which got the first 4. You can get all of them, actually.
Yeah, you can.
We're going to do a promo code. If you order the box set this week, you'll get $10 off.
What?
Promo code.
Gorilla.
Yeah. Promo
No,
code.
what if people can't spell gorilla?
It's not that hard.
G-E.
It's Go Rilla.
Wow,
2 L's.
look at you.
Yeah, 2
And
L's.
1 R.
Yeah.
See how confusing it is?
I said Rilla.
But did you think there were 2 R's?
No.
I felt like you drew that R out a little bit longer than you should have had you
No,
known.
that would be Gorilla.
La la la.
Just this week, though, guys. Just this week.
Just this week. Just until
Also, you can go to RachelBradleyComedy.com.
Bombshell, for all you lovely women out there who are tired of taking some shit and you run your life,
Who
Bombshell's
runs
got
the
these,
world? Girls.
Bombshell's got these cool shirts that say Alpha Chick on them. And I think they're kind of like douchebag guy repellent, too.
Mm-hmm.
You wear a shirt that says Alpha Chick. Guys like,
It's intimidating.
I don't want to deal with this.
Super cute gray shirt with fuchsia pink and white on it. Anyway, yeah. There's a, speaking of that, there is a new bill in Pakistan.
Pakistan?
Pakistan. Well, I feel terrible because I said Iran on the last story because I read it, but it's Iran, and I felt like a redneck for a second. You
Yeah.
know, like I was like, oh.
Some people from my neck of the woods would pronounce it.
I want to make up for that by saying Pakistan.
Them damn idiots in Iran.
There's a proposed bill that will allow husbands to, quote, lightly beat their wives as discipline.
Where is this at?
In Pakistan.
Wow.
It's a proposal by the Council of Islamic Ideology.
I'm sorry, who judges lightly?
The council advised that husbands could lightly beat their wives for offenses like refusing sex, not dressing as he wishes, or not bathing after sex or menstruation.
You know, I bet there's an even split on that council of men and women too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's why it's having so much trouble going
fair
through.
representation,
right?
Obviously,
right. I'm sure it's a lot of women are like, you know what, we should get beaten a little bit.
Feel free to jump into the fray. Hashtag try beating me lightly, because women in Pakistan are not having it, and they're like, you should try beating me lightly. Go on Twitter and check that out. I also retweeted one of your sister. Of course, your sister was on Twitter today talking about how women are still marginalized, and 95% of U.S. aid still goes to men, business owners, not
Isn't she
women.
cute?
She's
Isn't
super
she so cute?
So I retweeted. I was like, yeah, girl.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. So come and see you, Arlington Draft House.
So you're saying we should give women more free stuff, is what you're saying?
shoes.
Is that what you're telling me? That women need more free stuff?
We would like equal free stuff. We'd like equal anything, actually. That'd be nice.
Here's the weird thing about men. You
Half
guys,
the pay, twice the grab ass. That's our quota right now.
I wish you guys knew that you guys really ran shit. You guys really do run shit.
That's not true.
Then pay us accordingly.
Well, it's it's the sex thing.
And treat us.
It's what you say. We throw diamonds and you scatter.
Don't take my bit out of context.
You get all fired up, and then we like, you want shoes, and you're like, I like shoes, and then all of a sudden, boop, it's just over. It's just over.
Okay.
That is so true.
It's so true. That's so true.
Oh,
so
no,
true.
see, it is so true.
Come see Christopher Titus this weekend, this Friday and Saturday at the Arlington Draft House.
Yep, Arlington Draft House.
That's going to be the
my
3rd
first time there.
and 4th of June. It's your not first time there.
When was I there before?
Before, a while back.
Since I met you?
Yes. And then the next weekend we're going to have a little home gig. We're going to be at Brea Improv Thursday through Saturday. Are you excited about that? Those dates.
Am I coming to that?
You should.
Yeah, you're going to be doing
Those
merch.
dates are June 9 through 11, and then the next weekend is going to be Vegas. South Point Casino.
Are you going to that one too?
Going to Vegas.
Oh, you went last time.
Yeah, I went last time. That was cool.
I'm going to Vegas. Here's what else, guys. On July 9th, here's where we went. So, Born with a Defect, we've been working on it for... I filmed my last special in September a year ago, not this last September before that. Then it didn't air till May. May I started writing this new show. So now Born with a Defect is done. We are filming for the next special, Born with a Defect, at the Center Theater in Escondido near San Diego on July 9th. Go to ChristopherTitus.com, click through. You can it'll give you the link for tickets, and you can come see if you guys are going to go on a summer vacation. If you want to go on summer vacation, you want to, first of all, San Diego, kick-ass place to spend a week. You could wrap the Saturday night up by going and see the live special, and we're going to film it. So come to the filming. It'd be great to see you guys.
Also, the links are on your main Facebook page, The Real Christopher Titus, if you can't figure it out. But go get tickets because they're going fast, and the front ones are going, and get on that. It's so cool to see a live taping. It's really a cool thing.
The theater only seats about 400 people, and we're doing 2 shows, so it's not that many tickets. Really.
To make it easier for you guys, all you have to do is go to ChristopherTitus.com. The front main banner is all you have to click on. It'll take you right to where you have to get tickets.
All right, great. All right, guys, thanks. So what we've learned today, we've learned that if you have a 3-year-old, strap it to something and don't turn away from it. If your 3-year-old says, I'm going to jump into the gorilla cage, it's probably going to do it. Pay attention to the 3-year-old. 3-year-olds don't lie a whole lot because they don't know how to do it yet. We have to teach them that. And thank God I've done that for my kids. What else? What else did we learn today?
We learned that you shouldn't lie about being beaten.
That's true, ever. Because
that is the only time that the C word is really appropriate.
I have never seen anybody who's done that who has made it work.
No, it ends up really
Every
sad.
time someone lies about someone beat them, they end up living a very horrible, hard life.
Your daughter said that when we were talking about this, but really I was thinking about what happened with you. She said that. She said if you're that angry and you lie, then you have to keep that lie going forever, for your whole life, unless you decide to come clean. And most people won't if they're those kind of people. And then think about trying to have another relationship and I'm sitting there thinking,
no, this girl don't know nothing. Wait till you're 18, girl. Did you say, Girl, we gonna have a talk when you're 18. Mm-hmm.
Strengths of two men.
You got anything you want to say, Fetus?
I think that the cat tongue liquor is on fleek. Right?
Oh my God!
Not at all.
Not
at
we
all.
have to go now.
Guys, it's Titus Podcast. Thanks for listening. For myself, Bombshell, and the Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
See ya.
On fleek is the
two
dumbest.
of you can't.
the
Even if you use it
stupidest.
correctly, it's still not correct.
I'm actually going out of my way to use it wrong now so I can make it uncool so people stop.
You
fucking
are
saying,
trying to.
Yo, the podcast on fleek.